Hello everyone, welcome to my chemistry channel B.LDASH, short and sweet in chemistry. Now this is the short revision in electrochemistry and the topic is galvanic and Daniell cell. Remember it? Galvanic and Daniell cell. How can you recognize it is galvanic cell and Daniell cell? And what are the main difference between two type of cell? This is part 5. Now I am going to explain first galvanic cell. What is meant by galvanic cell? A type of electrochemical cell that convert chemical energy from a spontaneous reaction into electrical energy. What are the main point? This is a electrochemical cell and which convert chemical energy to electrical energy, and the reaction should be spontaneous redox reaction. Redox reaction means oxidation and reduction both takes place, and here chemical energy is converted to electrical energy. An electrochemical cell which consists of two half cells. So what is meant by Daniell cell? It is an example of galvanic cell, and here important is it made of zinc electrode in a zinc sulfate solution and a copper electrode in a copper sulfate solution. But here you can observe in galvanic cell I am not mentioned here what is the type of electrodes. The metal is electrode, but what are the electrodes? See, in Daniell cell it is fixed. Zinc in zinc sulfate, copper electrode in copper sulfate solution, and which connected by a salt bridge. Then so all Daniell cell are galvanic cell, because in Daniell cell two electrodes are used but it is fixed. Zinc electrode in zinc sulfate, copper electrode in copper sulfate. So all Daniell cells are galvanic cell, but not all the galvanic cells are Daniell cell, because in all galvanic cell different type of metal electrodes are used. But here in Daniell cell fixed one, copper and zinc. Zinc in zinc sulfate, copper in copper sulfate. In galvanic cell other metals can be used as a combination. And then come to galvanic cell or voltaic cell. What is mean here definition? An electrochemical cell which produce electrical energy from the chemical energy, and reaction is spontaneous redox reaction. So here in galvanic cell it should produce electrical energy. The chemical energy changes to electrical energy, and here two electrodes dipped in its salt solution and act as a electrode. And what are the components? Two half cell with an electrode any metal according to the reaction immerse in electrolyte solution, and two half cells are with salt bridge. They have joined with the salt bridge. So here two half cells should be there. One is called half cell and two half cells are there. The chemical reaction is spontaneous and also redox reaction, and spontaneous reaction produces an electric current, and this spontaneous reaction which is the type of redox reaction. Then come to Daniell cell. Daniell cell is one type of galvanic cell where you will see copper in copper sulfate and zinc in zinc sulfate. Type of galvanic cell which is invented by John Frederick Daniell and explain how chemical energy is converted to electrical energy. That means here Daniell which discovered or invented this type of cell, this type of that is cell where zinc electrode and copper electrodes are used. What are its components where the chemical energy is converted to electrical energy? Component: a zinc electrode. Remember, Daniell cell particular is a zinc electrode in zinc sulfate solution, copper electrode in copper sulfate solution, and a salt bridge joined with the two half cell. That means Daniell cell means fixed zinc electrode and copper electrode. And reaction anode oxidation takes place, cathode reduction takes place. So anode, that is zinc, so zinc loses 2 electrons, so it is oxidation. And cathode, that is reduction, that is Cu plus 2 aqueous, which gives with 2 electron, accepting 2 electron changes to copper with solid. That means here 2 electron accept, gain, so reduction, and here 2 electron lost 2 electrons, so that is oxidation. So here oxidation and reduction takes place at anode, oxidation at cathode, reduction. Now what are the main difference between galvanic and Daniell cell? Here what are the main differences? A galvanic cell is a broad category of electrochemical cell. It is an electrochemical cell, but here the general term for such setup of converts chemical energy to electrical energy, that is from which reaction? Spontaneous redox reaction. Why it is called redox reaction? You know, redox reaction means oxidation and reduction both takes place. A Daniell cell, same as your galvanic cell, but here fixed. What is fixed? Zinc and copper electrodes. Zinc is a anode, copper as a cathode. So zinc in zinc sulfate, copper in copper sulfate solutions are used to produce electricity. Then what is then Daniell cell? It was an earlier example of a device for generating electricity. Daniell cell first discovered, that is, it is a past one, as a was an example of device for generating electricity. It was very past one. Galvanic cell, that is named after the scientist Galvani and Volta. It converts also chemical energy to the electrical energy, and there should be a spontaneous chemical redox reaction, and here with including copper and electrode, so many metals are used as electrode and dipped in its salt solution. Voltaic, galvanic and Daniell cell. What is difference between voltaic, galvanic, Daniell cell? Generally, students are confused when word is used voltaic, and next is galvanic, and next is Daniell. So I want to clear what is difference, main difference between three types of cell. First, you see, this is voltaic cell. So what are the main characteristic of voltaic cell? This is a type of electrochemical cell, and type of electrochemical cell that converts chemical energy to electric energy through spontaneous redox reaction. Now see, there is no such difference between galvanic and voltaic cell. So here also you will take a type of electrochemical cell, and then question is what are used? Generate electricity from chemical reaction, same electricity that is produced from chemical reaction, from chemical energy, and uses two different type of metals or metal salts in separate compartment. So here two different metals or metal salts are used in different component and often found in batteries. It can be used in battery also. That means you can say it is not such a any large difference between galvanic and voltaic cell. So it is a synonymous with a voltaic cell. Also type of electrochemical cell. Also convert chemical energy to electrical energy in spontaneous reaction. So what you read in voltaic cell, the same thing you can find here, galvanic cell. The term galvanic used to the production of electric current from spontaneous chemical reactions. So here galvanic is used, that means here the electric current is produced for spontaneous reaction, which are chemical reaction. What is that one? Redox reaction. It is named after Galvani, that is the man is who studied bioelectricity. Bioelectricity, actually Galvani, the scientist who studied bioelectricity, and after that galvanic cell is used, and that is similar to voltaic cell. There is no such difference. And Daniel cell, that means here it is a type of galvanic cell, and here compared to zinc, that means here composed of zinc electrode at anode, that is negative electrode, and copper electrode, that is positive electrode, and that is cathode. So zinc sulfate, the solution surround the zinc electrode. You put the zinc electrode in the zinc sulfate solution. Similarly, while copper sulfate solution surrounded the copper electrode. That means Daniel cell, only two electrodes are main used as a Daniel cell: zinc electrode in zinc sulfate solution, copper electrode in copper sulfate solution. The oxidations of zinc and reduction of copper ion occur, generate electricity. And here what happened? Oxidation takes place in zinc anode, and reduction that takes place in copper anode. That means copper in copper sulfate solution. So Cu plus 2 accept electron and changes to Cu plus 2 aqua, and accept 2 electron and changes to Cus. Similarly, zinc loses electron. So what happened here? Zinc loses electron and changes to zinc plus 2 and plus 2 loses 2 electron. It was one of the first practical electrochemical cell. So whenever invented all the type of cell, and it was the first practical electrochemical cell that is produced by Daniel. So it is Daniel cell, and so many different type of metal electrodes are used, that is called galvanic cell. Galvanic cell and voltaic cell both are similar. The scientists both are different, and the galvanic, which is especially biological scientist, and here he studied bioelectricity, how from biology electricity is produced. So I hope it is clear, and what is main difference between galvanic cell and Daniel cell. And myself B.LDASH, ex-PGT Chemistry, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. I hope you will subscribe my channel, Short and Sweet in Chemistry, B.LDASH. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks again to all.